What's up, tubes? Cracking open a watermelon steel reserve. Not a sponsor. That's tasty. You ever see couples who flex their relationship on Instagram, social media in general? A lot of couples will seek the approval of others to justify their shallow relationship. They're secretly unhappy with it, so they seek the approval of their friends on social media to validate it. It's the same thing with people on Instagram who are holding up wads of cash like, look how awesome I am. And here's the best part of it. When you see chicks who are telling their boyfriends on social media, oh babe, major brownie points, because he posted a picture of her on his Instagram, his Facebook, his whatever. At that point, it's no longer about the relationship. At that point, it's about how freaking hot she is. And sure, you might love her enough that you don't care, but deep down inside, you fail to realize that you're objectifying women. It's no longer about the relationship. It's no longer about you. It's all about her now. And that's something to think about. And women who do this crap, they don't see it because they're like, hey, I'm hot shit. Who gives a fuck, right? But deep down inside, you're encouraging this culture of women objectification. Instead of it being about each other and the relationship, it's now about how good looking you are. And most women who are good looking, who act like that, are shallow and fake as fuck. You know, if it's all about you and how good looking you are, fuck that, dude. That just sounds like high maintenance. Now, here's the thing of it. If it's long distance, at that point, you basically said to yourself, you're sick of the assholes in your local area, so you try something from out of state thinking it'll work. Long distance relationships never work out, YouTube. Never. At some point, you have to realize maybe it's not them, maybe it's you. Now, one of the reasons why I struggle with the dating scene here in town is because I'm a local YouTube celebrity. A lot of chicks are intimidated by that. Like, oh, he wouldn't talk to little old me. Honey, you'd be surprised. Yeah. I received a comment from one of my female friends. I was hanging out with her the other day. And she said, the fact that you don't go out and fuck as many bar skanks as you can, I give you props. She didn't say it like that, but that's basically what she said. And I said, yeah, but if I could get laid more often, I would. And she goes, but the fact that you don't, I give you props on that. But the way I see it, she has a lot more value on the dating scene than I do. And that's only because she is woman, she has something to offer. Men have something to give, women have something to offer. That's just the way I look at it. But needless to say, YouTube, I got to thinking about that comment. And, well, it makes perfect sense. I mean, if you're a dude and you're about to have sex with some chick for the first time, you don't even know this chick, but you're experienced enough, and then you're both old enough and it's consensual, whatever. You get down to go to, and this chick's more blown out than a fucking flat tire. And she tells you she's had about 20 some odd plus dicks before you within the course of a month. You're going to be like, yeah, I don't know about that. Some guys might be like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm totally down. Some guys might be like, yeah, no. And in that respect, women are the same way. What's more important, experience or knowing what you're doing? Because of how toxic this culture is towards dating, males who are successful at dating are seen as players, men who get lots of pussy from random women all the time. That's seen as successful in the dating scene. And I'm here to tell you that that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a crock of crap. Because when my female friend gave me props for not going out and fucking as much pussy as I possibly can, sometimes it's just out of your control. You want to have it more often, but you can't. So you just, whatever, wait patiently. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, by all standards, I got my own place. I have a successful business and a cult following on YouTube. And I play a wicked guitar. Got these gorgeous biceps. Yeah. So I got a couple of things that make me valuable on the dating scene. And that's what I gotta focus on. Screw the chicks who reject me. You gotta focus on the chicks who show interest. And what's more important? If you have a guy, let's take a scenario. We got two different people. Both of them are dudes. One dude has fucked about 20 to 30 plus chicks, has no idea what he's doing, but he has lots of experience. The other guy might have had sex with like maybe 3 to 4 women. He knows what he's doing, but he doesn't have the experience points. The first one's going to be seen as a player, and most women aren't going to go for that unless they're attracted to that lifestyle. And that's just the realest it's going to get. Most women are going to have a lot more respect for the dude who hasn't had as much. And this is the problem with our culture, is that in dating in general, this toxic masculinity culture we call the dating scene, for men, it's all about how much pussy you can get, who's got the hottest chick, and it's stupid. Your first couple of chicks, I'll tell you right now, they're not going to be a perfect 10. Sometimes you have to get some experience points and some know what you're doing points before you get to the one you really like. That's just how it is. It's kind of like driving a car. You're not going to get to drive the Ferrari or afford it the first time you get your driver's license. I'm not comparing women to cars. I'm just saying some women have a lot of mileage. Some of them don't. Some of them have been beat up and they need to be rebuilt. Their self-esteem, so to speak. But you rebuild them back up, give them some confidence. It's like putting nitros in a Lamborghini and you watch that fucker just take off into the sunset, And that's just it. When you're in a dating scene where people treat each other like shit, it drags your confidence down, your self-esteem down. Mental abuse is just as bad as physical, in my opinion. And I watched my female friend go through it for too long, and finally she had the courage to just end it after 7+ years of trying to make it work. And the dude's a real fucking scumbag, and now that he realizes, oh shit, I fucked up, now he's trying to make it a little better, but she's like, nope, I'm done with your shit. And that's what it takes, YouTube, in all honesty. So take a leaf from my friend's book. My female friend finally got the courage to kick that zero to the curb so she could find herself a hero. And ladies, you can do the same too. If your boyfriend's not treating you right, if it's not working out, get it out of your life. It's less stress on you. That goes for both sexes, to be quite honest. If you're in a relationship that's just not working, end it. Get it over with, Don't let it drag on forever. It's all you do is fight and be stressed out. That's not good for you. It's not good for her. You know, because a relationship based off of good sex, good communication, respect, and overall good companionship is better than a relationship based off of lies, cheating, anger, deception, abuse. That's what I'm thinking, YouTube. But yeah, you see a lot of couples flexing their relationship on social media, and it's like you're desperately seeking the approval of others to validate your relationship. If I'm repeating myself, it don't matter. It's my videos. I don't care. But like, my female friend made a comment. She didn't say it like this, but she basically said, "You could fuck any bar skank you want, but the fact that you're not, I give you props." And I'm like, sometimes it's not even like that. Like, I would like to get it more often if I could. It's not the most important thing in the world, but it'd be nice to get it more often. That's just it. Is everybody would like to have more sex and money. Every adult that I know would kill to have more sex and more money. That's just how it is. Fucking sad truth of it, really. I guarantee you that's going to be the two biggest things couples fight about: sex and money, and a lack of communication. Well, I should say three biggest things. Which the lack of communication, it's a contribute from both parts of the relationship. Sometimes men don't listen enough. Sometimes women aren't as direct with their communication as they could be. So it's kind of unfair to just pin it on one or the other. It's a contribute from both genders. This is the thing about gender equality as far as double standards, issues with the dating scene, couples fighting, all that bullshit. It's a contribute from both people participating. It's a contribute from both genders. For one gender to sit there and point their finger at the other gender and say, "It's all your fault," that's bullshit, YouTube. That's complete and utter bullshit. But that comment got me to thinking, maybe women respect men more who know what they're doing, but they don't have as much experience, versus having more experience but not knowing what you're doing. If you're horrible in the bedroom, it's not going to matter if you fucked like 20 to 30 other people and you still haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But like, maybe you've had like less than like 3 or 4, and they've all been good experiences. Which do you think women are going to go for first? If they see you as a dude who's had 20 to 30 plus women in the last 3 to 4 months, they're going to look at you like you're a player and get the fuck away from me, unless they're into that kind of thing, Versus, oh hey, he doesn't have the experience points, but he has the knowledge points. Experience over knowledge. knowledge is key, YouTube. That's true for a lot of things, I feel. Hmm. Would you have a car that starts right the first time, or have a car that takes you 20 times to start? And here's the thing of it. You can tell if a chick's high maintenance on the dating scene. And the very second you can tell that, as soon as you post a picture of her on your social media page, she validates it with, "Oh, you've scored brownie points, babe." At that point, it's no longer about the relationship that you two share. It's about how friggin' hot she is. Chicks like that are high maintenance, man. I had this cute blonde checking me out earlier. I was riding my bike downtown, and this blonde steps out holding a kid with some dude. I don't know who they were, you know. And this blonde is totally checking me out. She goes, "Damn, he looks good." Or some shit like that. I had no idea who the chick was, but the way she said it, like she knew me or some shit. I don't know, dude. Casper is a bustling town. It could have been someone I knew from the past. It could have been someone here in town that lives here. I don't know. But either way you shape it, I was like, hey, that's a confidence booster. You got some cute blonde complimenting you. Me being the obnoxious ass that I am sometimes, I seen her step out of the car with a kid. I was half tempted to shout, "Hey baby, want another one?" But then I seen her, what could have been her husband or her whatever, step out next to her, and I'm like, oh, damn it. There's times I'd hit on a girl in front of their dude, not give a shit, and their dude just looks at me like, I'm like, what, bro? Fucking say something about it. And of course, they don't say nothing about it because I am who I am. I'm like, bro, that comes with the territory of dating a hot ass chick. Unless you got the fucking muscle to back it up, then you're gonna experience that kind of bullshit. People are gonna check out your girl and flirt with her in front of you because that's the dating scene sometimes. It's brutal. If if anybody flirts with my girlfriend, trust and believe they're getting their ass kicked. I don't give a fuck if they're bigger than me or not. I don't give a fuck if I go to jail for battery assaults with these deadly ass muscles of mine. You flirt with my girlfriend, if I get one, it's on like Donkey Kong. Yep. What separates the alpha males from the beta males? This is something I've noticed, is that beta males are constantly seeking approval through others by trying to make themselves seem more impressive. This could include things like getting as much pussy as they can, making themselves seem like they're bigger people when they're not, versus those who wait patiently for the right opportunity, like myself. But a part of that is the problem with our society, and that problem is if men are not getting laid all the time, their masculinity is questioned when they get to that certain age, you know? And I disagree with that 100%. Knowing how to give a good fuck versus getting fucked a lot. Most women are going to go after you if you know how to give a good fuck. That's just how I'm seeing it. And the reason why I say that is because based off of the comments that my female friend made to me, the fact that you don't go after bar skanks, you could, but you don't. That's basically what she said. She didn't say it exactly like that. Like, you could get as much pussy as you want, but the fact that you don't, I'll give you props on that. And I'm like, well, I would if I could, but circumstances are what they are, you know. And she's like, still, the fact that you don't when you could isn't. I'll give you props on that. And the comment was messing with me for a couple of days. I'm like, yeah, but she's so much more attractive and has so much more to offer on the dating scene than I do. She doesn't even realize it. If she didn't see me like a kid brother, and if I wasn't sweet on this other girl here in town, and if we weren't, you know, it'd be different. But it is what it is. Yeah. Which, that's part of having autism. There's nothing you can do about it. No matter how far you progress, people are always going to see your disorder before they see you. And I don't judge people harshly for it. You know, it's just, it is what it is, dude. That's just part of having a mental disorder. Which, yeah, the last couple of days, my temper has been pushed to the limit. And the other day when I was trying to fix my glasses, and the lens popped out and landed in the trash can. That was my breaking point. I wanted to freak out. I felt myself getting mad, but I didn't freak out completely. I restrained myself from just losing my crap completely. And for me, that's personal progress because shit like that would really piss me off. And that's when life is testing you. Like, oh, hey, you're going to work on your temper. That's what you say, but we'll put that to the test. That's kind of like when you're going to tell life, oh, I'm going to quit smoking. Yeah, that's when life gives you the most stressful day. And by the time you're done with the day, you're going to want a fucking cigarette so bad. Yeah, no. I'm not going to quit anytime soon. I enjoy my pipe tobacco. And the thing you have to realize, YouTube, is that if you're a dude and some chick has had 20 plus dicks before you within a very short amount of time, and her pussy's more blown out than a flat tire, some guys are desperate enough to take it, but most guys are going to be like, no. And for chicks, it's the same way. If a chick sees that a dude has had like the same amount of pussy, you know, like 20 plus chicks fucked him in like the last like 2 to 3 months, you know, she's gonna be looking at him like, you're a player, get the fuck away from me. Unless she finds that person attractive in some way, she may decide to pursue it. But for the most part, women are gonna look at that. And the problem with this, YouTube, is the toxic culture that's created for men in the dating scene in general. A man's masculinity is measured by how much he gets laid. And because of this, this creates a lot of problems. This negative stereotype that all men want is sex, coupled with, combined, or coupled, whatever you want to say, combined with the fact that, well, if you're not getting laid all the time, then you're a pussy, kind of shit. Like, oh, you can't get laid, fuck you, you loser, kind of attitude. I hate it. Men are expected to get laid all the fucking time, and when they're not, they're called losers, and I hate that. This creates a very toxic culture for men, and it puts all this pressure on women to give it out, and I'm tired of it. Tired of it, YouTube. If we can't respect our bodies and each other, then who can we respect? If we can't respect ourselves, then who can we respect? Wait. Also, happy Father's Day to all of you. Yeah. If you're a dad or you have a dad, Yeah. I got a gift from my dad for Father's Day. I'm not going to say what it is because he does watch my videos from time to time. So it'll be a little surprise. But back to the rant. So sometimes sometimes men and women will get a lot more respect from one another from not having as much experience, but knowing what they're doing is more important. Knowledge is more important than experience in this particular circumstance. Ooh. And the reason why the comments that my friend made bugged me at first is because, like a lot of men, I've been conditioned to think you're not a ladies' man if you're not getting laid all the time. And that negative stereotype, you're not a ladies' man if you're not getting laid all the time, is so toxic because then that combined with all men want is sex, these two negative stereotypes greatly impact the dating scene for men everywhere. Whether they're nice or not, they automatically just have that assumption thrown at them, and they hate it. We all hate it as men to some extent, but if we complain about it, we get told that's just how it is. Shut the fuck up, buttercup, and suck it up. Women complain about standards, they get what they want because women are boss like that. That's why I have a lot of respect for women. If men complain about sexist treatment, we get told to shut the fuck up, buttercup, and suck it up. But if women get treated in a sexist manner and they complain about it, eventually they'll get what they want. Not to be an ass, but when it comes to gender equality, you never hear people complain when the UFC fighting league decides to make women fight women and men fight men. Now, you might call me an ass for saying it, but it's the truth. Do you ever see a UFC fight with a woman on one side and the man on the other side? No, you don't. When it comes to UFC fighting in general, you see women versus women, men versus men. You never see the latter of the two, where it's one versus the other. Because the idea of a man hitting a woman is considered taboo in our society, and I will drink to that 100%. The only time you should hit a woman is if she's got a knife to your throat or a gun to your head. Fellas, take notes. I don't care how much she beats the crap out of you. I don't care. Because as soon as you fucking respond, you're labeled as a typical male. And you can bitch about how unfair it is, but that's just the way life is, man. In some aspects, when it comes to sexist treatment towards men, men are just forced to take it and deal with it because if they bitch about it, they'll get the argument of, well, you're not a female, so you have no idea what it's like. And I'm so tired of that fucking argument. And here's why I'm tired of it. Because men and women grow up in different environments. So when you sit there and say, well, you have no idea what it's like to be a female, to argue your point as if, oh, my sex gets treated more shitty than your sex does. Oh, great. Let's compare fucking sob stories. You're right. I have no idea what it's like to be a female because I'm growing up in a male environment. And if I had any control over how women and men got treated, it'd be different. You already know, YouTube, it'd be way different. However, I have no control over how this shit plays out. That's a collective effort from both sides. If men and women made an effort to be nicer to one another, then the dating scene wouldn't be so shitty. I'm going to finish this beer and pass the fudge out for a second. Yeah. Watermelon. Watermelon! I made a YouTube reference. I've stopped giving a shit about women who reject me because I'm an internet rock star. So if they want to judge, that's their fucking problem, not mine. I don't judge them, but they judge the fuck out of me. That's what gets me about getting rejected. A lot of women who reject me are doing it because they're judging. Some of them do it because they think I'm not good enough. That guy's a YouTube celebrity. But if you're rejecting me because you're judging me before you get to know me, like, that's your loss, not mine. I got a legion of age girls who would gladly have sex with me because they watch my videos. I'm just saying. But if you want to have more experience with the ladies, then treat them with respect and treat them like human beings. Fuck them like a porn star, treat them like a goddess, and I guarantee you, minus practically worshipping the ground they walk on, save that for a real relationship. Oh, okay, that's not appropriate. Or is it? Yeah. How would Gomez Adams put it? Worship her, woo her, make her feel like she's the most sublime sub-creature on this. I don't know. You know the expression I'm talking about. But here's an argument that's worth having. If men are being raised to think and that hitting a woman is wrong, I'm all for that 100%. Men are being told you have to respect women, you can't hit them, that's wrong. If men are being taught this growing up, I support that 100%. However, to that counter argument, you see a lot of women being raised to think all men are just pigs. Now, not trying to bitch, but I'm just saying, how is that fair for us men in general? We're being raised to respect women, and women are being raised to hate men. That doesn't do us any good for the dating scene in the long run. Weekend buzz, get it. But if you respect women like fellow human beings, you'll find that, and actually mean it, you'll find that your response from women is a lot more positive. Fellas, take notes. Women are complaining because they can't find a decent guy, but they try to change him as soon as they start dating him. Men complaining because they can't find a decent girlfriend, but they treat everyone they get like shit. And then they wonder why the dating scene sucks so much. Women treat men like shit on the dating scene too, but I'm just saying. Because collectively it comes from both genders. The thing about sexist double standards is they affect both sexes in a negative way. This doesn't do any good for our society, it just creates more problems. So rather than the dating scene being pleasant, peaceful, and enjoyable for consenting and of age and responsible people, it ends up being a huge fucking headache for everyone involved. But yes, you'll see couples flexing their relationship on social media. One's just using the other for money, the other one's just using her for sex. And it's so fucking obvious. You can tell by the couples on social media who are like this. They use their approval of others to justify their relationship. You can't judge them harshly for it because that's their choice. Eventually they'll learn. They always do. It's part of being a human being. We learn and we grow as a species. You know, when I went to the Ozzy Osbourne concert in Denver, Colorado, I didn't have any cigarettes, so I brought this tobacco pipe with me to the concert, and yeah, I smoked out of it while at the concert. All the tobacco pipes I have in my collection hold a special place, but this one in particular, yeah. But when people treat each other like shit on the dating scene and then complain because of the outcome, excuse me, that's people basically bitching about the problem while contributing to it. Anyways, tubes, thanks for watching the Pipe Thoughts. I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side.